Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. This time is the Storm Collectibles King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, Kusanagi, and this is my man, 50 grand. So let's jump straight into it. I want to talk about the looks and the articulation and all that stuff, but I do want to tell a short story that Kyo is the guy. He's one of the three characters that I could beat Rugal with back in the day, so I have a special place in my heart for him. Also, I was always cool with the Shiki combos. They were one of the things that I learned how to play by heart. And Matt, if you're anywhere out there watching, I just want you to know I challenge you to a bout immediately. You already know who you are. You're my main man Slim, and I'll still bust your chops in this so we can take it to it on the Switch. So I'm ready for you. But so let's jump into this review. First off, Kyo looks absolutely stunning. One of the things about this that I've loved Storm is that they tried to stay really close to box art or box art like design, and it's been wonderful to see Kyo come to life. While the Figma was great, this one just it just takes the cake for me personally. So as you can see, Kyo has this nice round but anime-ish look, but more importantly than the anime look, it definitely has a look that screams a bit of realism to me. I guess it's that 80s anime design, but either way, it's just really dope. Now, we're going to talk about the articulation. Kyo's head can look up, it can look down, it can tilt left and right. And one of the things that I love about Storm is that I'm coming more and more fond of it, is that with the help of their the soft plastic that they use, it's kind of almost like a seamless job where you can just, you don't have to worry about breaking anything because of the soft plastic used in the chest and the neck that allows you the great movement. But as you can see, Kyo's collar gets in the way, but it kind of helps for his aesthetic because it's definitely a look that he kind of aims for. So I like this a lot. Now, while we've covered the head, next thing we do is going to cover that the shoulder area. And I'm sorry about my hands. The diorama's just been collecting dust, so I apologize for that. Excuse me. But the arms actually can rotate all the way up. There is a secret bicep swivel here in the sleeve. I don't know if you can see the sleeve like kind of rotating wider as he flexes the muscles to rotate. They are double jointed as well, so you can get full rotation in. There is a circular joint here that allows for all that movement, and you can still rotate forward despite the jacket being in the way. He can still roll his arms right in front of him, so he can defend and block as well. And this is stuff that I kind of look forward to. I like this stuff a lot. The jacket is soft enough too so that it folds in the way. And then he has a spectacular ab crunch going forward. So as you can see, it rotates down. The head can still look up. You can actually move backwards as well, but there will be gaps here. So you got to be a little careful. So you can actually dodge attacks as well too. And you can tilt side to side. So these are the things I always look for in figures, and I've actually become really accommodated with the Storm stuff because they've been getting progressively better at doing this kind of stuff. Now, posing him up torso-wise, he looks really, really good. Now, in terms of the legs, this is where it kind of gets cool for me because it's one of those things where I've always wondered, like, are they going to get better about the ankle stuff, especially after, who was it? Crap. Kazuya Mishima. The ankle pivot was there, but it was hindered by the plastic on the pants. Now here, his plastic on his pants is actually much softer, so you get a much better room for rotation, which is really, really fun. And if you wanted to high kick with Kyo, or just even rotate it down, so that way you wanted to kind of bend it over, or rotate it in a way such as just trying to, think of it as Robert Garcia from the Art of Fighting team. You can definitely make all of those moves happen with this version of Kyo, and as they continue to use this body, this is something I'll really look forward to. Now, as you can see, it can spread all the way out. The legs are double jointed. They have bicep swivel. So even if you want to do Kyo's move, the kick move, where you do the quarter circle forward with kick, there you go. Or let's say you wanted to rotate it forward and then rotate to the, there's that swivel. I'm not rotating it right. So let's say you even wanted to do it this way. Because of the soft plastic here, it allows you to have a much better range of movement. So you actually can get a ton of range with this Kyo that I didn't think you could get before, and I'm actually enjoying this a lot. So they've definitely improved on that. While the joints are still squeaky, that doesn't even bother me anymore. I don't even think like it's crazy enough to bother me. So as you can see here, I'm gonna pose Kyo up, and he looks just fine. By the way, these are also removable, and the hand joints still move just like any of the Storm collectible stuff. Has a very nice wrist joint, so you can actually customize your Kyo if you wanted to. Knees are double jointed. Feet can be planted. This is really, really nice. And like I said, while the Figma was really nice, this one just has the much better range and better movement and better look in every which way. Also, it's bigger. So if you didn't like really small Figmas, you kind of know what you're getting into now. Now, Kyo also does come with some cool stuff. One of the things I want to talk about first off is the fact that he comes with an extra jacket. Now, let's say you wanted to do one of his signature moves, or you wanted to do something where it looks like he was flowing, like his moves do, with the quarter circle forward, half circle back, those kind of moves. They even included the vest, which is really cool. So it's not like they didn't skimp out on design. They actually included all of that. You can take out the arms, very simple. Put the open jacket on, right above, and then pop the arms right back in, and then voila. It's almost like you have a different set. So the little things that go a long way, I guess for fighting fans who would notice this, like me, who have played fighting games. Well, the older fighting games. I don't think I've played too much of the newer ones. Now, one issue that I'm having right now is that my ball joint didn't line up. But that was just me, so I just fixed that. So as you can see here, the open jacket, it doesn't seem like much. But right here, when you're posing, it definitely makes a little bit of a progressive issue for me. A little bit of a solution to make the movement a little bit more smoother. So that's something I like. Next up, he comes with 3 more different heads. Now, this is really cool because also you can change around the hair as well. So let's say you didn't like the hair on one of the scopes. You can actually change the hair with various other scopes. So this is the flowing yelling head. Let's see what it looks like without the hair. And this is it with the hair. Then we have the flowing hair for the I'm getting attacked or attacking face, depending on how you want to go about it. Then you have normal hair with the smiling face, which can easily be swapped out with the other ones. So let's say we swap it out with the with the yelling head. And then voila, there we go. You don't even have to have flowing hair. You can just be mad with hair down. So this is nice little variations that you can have with your Kyo. And then amongst those heads, we have technically a total of 4, which I think you can probably make 8 combinations depending on how you go about it. So yeah, these are all very nice. Then we have the fire effects, and that's why I didn't go into the hands. I'm going to the fire effects first because this is for his quarter circle forward dragon punch effect. This is for his DM move or his desperation move or super desperation move. And there is a stand that comes attached for this. So with the stand, what you see right here, you are going to find a plug piece. I don't know if you can actually see it, but right there. And we're going to plug it in, right? And this may be a little bit of an issue because I don't think I've ever plugged it in. So I don't want to apply too much force. And as you can see here, it looks really good. I like this also because it's not completely hard plastic. So when you drop it, it won't break. That's the reason why I like stuff like this. Taking into consideration that as a collector, you want to post stuff up and things like that. I'll put it on the shelf for a detolf. And I've seen too many horror stories with stuff falling. So at least if you have this on display, you don't have to worry about it breaking. Then there is the Shiki 114 Shiki Ari Kame special move, which attaches right onto the fist. So let's say you were doing the punch maneuver. It easily attaches on. Voila. Looks pretty good. You can actually throw it rotating down and vice versa, things like that. So this is all really, really cool. So now let's rotate this arm down. Let's get him standing up. And then let's put his head down. Ooh. And then we're going to talk about the hands and the smaller effects. So you still get 2 open hands for when you want to do just about anything. You're going to get 2 pointing hands from when you either taunt or do your wind pose. And with that, you will actually get a small little petite fire to put on your finger for your wind pose or your taunt. This is a really nice addition for those who love the game and kind of know what you're getting into. This is a really nice addition. Then you have 2 open palms / action palms. And the thing about these action palms are, they come with it for using it for his desperation move, how he begins it. Because he kind of charges his desperation move depending on what hand you use it with. And let's say you were going to throw it with the right hand. He'll charge it up, hold it in a certain pose. I'll actually show you right now. So what Kyo would do is he'd hold it up, charge it up, go and then he'll throw it out. So he'll rotate it the arm and throw it out. So this is actually kind of cool that you can actually pretty much mimic all of that without any problem or complication. And they kind of give you something where you can just replicate it all. And I think that's kind of dope as both a collector and a person who's really been enjoying the video game stuff, at least now, which is considered vintage video game stuff, right? But as always, we're going to jump into the size comparison because I've rambled on too much. And the first thing I want to do is compare him to the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter Ken. They're both fire-based users, so I feel like these two can actually go pretty well together. So these what these two guys look like next to each other. Here's what they look like next to a larger Storm Collectibles figure, which is Zangief. Here's what they look like next to Omega Rugal, I should say. I was about to call him regular Rugal, and that's not fair. He's definitely Omega. So that's what he looks like next to them. And Omega Rugal is still taller than just about everybody but Zangief. A little bit taller than Bison, things like that. So let's take these guys away. Right? I'm always hitting my light. Here he is next to Goro, which I don't think anyone is bigger than him just yet. And I'm just going to stand Goro up because I don't feel like repositioning these feet. Goro technically doesn't even fit on the screen, right? Next up, it's Kazuya Mishima. So let's pull him out. And this is what I was saying about the ankle pivot. Even though it's really good, it's stiffened up through the pants. I usually heat mine up. And as you can see, Kazuya is a little bit taller, which I'm not too worried about. But still fits just about in scale. So when you do the SNK versus Tekken stuff, you'll be just fine. Next up, comparing them to Mafek's comic book Spider-Man. We can see the Storm stuff is definitely not 1/12, but more so 1/10. Because when compared to other lines, they are gigantic compared to them, right? Here he is next to Kyoryu Red. I don't know why I was having trouble with that. Next up, an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga, which is absolutely tiny compared to him. Makes Kyo look like a unit. Here he is next to Mezco Blade, which is probably the closest domestic line that's tall enough to compete with them that isn't Mythic Legions. Here he is next to Revoltech Iron Man. So if you want to do your Marvel versus SNK, this Iron Man actually will probably look better. Here he is next to Storm Collectibles Reptile, for when you guys compare your ninjas and Mortal Kombat and things like that. Voila. Now we're going to do an Articulated Icons Ninja, and then we're going to do a Hulk. So here he is next to Articulated Icons Ninja. Voila. Next up, Hulk. Because Hulk is a bigger character, and you just want to see what he looks like compared to them, right? Oh, wait. I don't think I did a Marvel Legend, so let's throw it in there. So Hulk probably has the best bet of being the big guy who can compete with the Storm Collectibles in terms of size. Not just with Marvel Legends, but import-wise as well. And here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So voila. All in all, this is probably my favorite Kyo. Last but not least, the very last thing I want to do is compare him to the Figma one. And you just see that what I was talking about, size-wise, skin tone, everything. This is the Figma standing next to him. It's almost like, don't talk to me and my son ever again. There is a big difference here. And the Storm Collectibles pretty much blows the Figma out of the water in terms of that. If you want something to go better with your smaller scale stuff, like 1/12 scale stuff, Kyo is still too small, but you can actually finagle that in. The Storm Collectibles one is bigger, but it's absolutely better in every which way. So, with that being said, the last thing I want to talk about is the bonus effect you get, right? For the Gravity Smasher for Omega Rugal. So the more you collect these guys, the more pieces you'll add. And you can see here, I have 2 pieces. One is from Rugal, one is going to be from Kyo. When we get Ayari and Terry, you'll be able to get the whole spear and create the Gravity Smasher effect. So keep collecting them, guys, right? In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys will enjoy the photos at the end. I hope this was informative to you guys at all. And last of all, do good, be good, drink your water, guys. Later.